Shalom, family. Shalom. We're just going to give everybody a few more moments to come in. I got something real good for you. I got something real good. All right, let's see here. Okay. 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 Perfect. All right. All right, y'all. We have 49 people in here between my two channels, so I'm going to give people a little more time and then we'll go ahead and get started. So I hope everybody is doing well today. Boy, what an interesting week. And we're still not through with this week. This has been one hell of a week. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's see. Great. Okay. All right. Can everybody hear me? I'm going to share my screen. All right, y'all. You know what to do. Give me a 1 if you see my screen. If you can see the screen, please give me a 1. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. All right. Let's get started. Let's do this, y'all. Now, you know how they've been ranting about Black people dying the most and we have the most COVID-19 in the country, and the mainstream news, who are the real culprits here, have been going around saying this day in and day out on TV. Well, one consistent pattern is these folks have not showed us one shred of evidence that we are the ones that get it the most. And they've been on mainstream news every day talking about Black people and the disparity and how we have so much COVID-19. And they have done this consistently without showing any data, despite the fact that we have been asking, we have been asking for the numbers now for going on 8 weeks. we've been saying, where's the numbers that say we are the most in the nation? They have yet to give us one number. Well, I want you to check something out. This came out in USA Today, May 27th, 2020. This report is a joke. House Democrats blast CDC over racial disparity data amid coronavirus. So the CDC presented this report to the Democratic Party. They gave them this report. The report did not have a damn thing regarding racial disparities in coronavirus, despite the fact that the media has been on this 24-hour cycle telling us this bullshit. Okay? House Democrats slammed federal health officials Wednesday, calling a report on the racial breakdown of cases and deaths from the coronavirus pitiful, and saying it hurts efforts to target resources to communities of color. We deserve to know the facts and have quality analysis, said U.S. Rep. Robin Kelly, a Democrat from Illinois and chairwoman of the Congressional Black Caucus Health Brain Trust. Once again, they are showing us they just don't care. The Center for Disease Control and Prevention is under a Paycheck Protection Program and Healthcare Enhancement Act to submit a report to Congress with racial data related to COVID-19, including cases, deaths, and hospitalizations. But Kelly and other lawmakers complained that the recent release 4-page report doesn't provide much new information and doesn't do enough to show the national impact of disparities in communities of color. Did y'all hear what I said? These mofos have been running around here. Listen, they've been running around here saying, we have it the most. We have it the most, right? The CDC they gave Congress a report, and the report had nothing about Black disparity in the country. These mofos are lying to us, y'all. They are lying to us. How do we have it the most in the CDC, who is probably the biggest organization here in the country when it comes down to health and public health, and they don't have that information? Oh, Black people, they're dying the most. Oh my God, they're dying the most. They're dying the most. Okay, so now the CDC don't even have that in their report. Do you see that shit? All right, let's go back. I got more to tell you. I got more. I got more. Okay. Okay. But Kelly and other lawmakers said that report didn't have shit in it about most of the deaths being Black. The report is not only completely unacceptable, it's a joke, said Rep. Judy Cho, noting that testing is not broken down by race or ethnicity. All right. So the chairwoman of the Congressional Asian Pacific American Caucus said there is information about the hospitalization rates for whites, Blacks, and Hispanics, but not other groups, including Native Americans Asian Americans, and Pacific Islanders. In the middle of this crisis, time is of the essence. All right, so this is Rep. Castro from Texas of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus. For months, members of Congressional Caucus representing communities of color, along with community activists, have called for federal health officials to track and release racial data of people testing positive for the coronavirus and those who died from it. President Donald Trump vowed earlier this year that the CDC would do just that. But so far, only a few states have released racial information. So where the hell is the mainstream media getting this information that says we get it the most? Now, how do the mainstream media know this, but Congress don't? Does this make any sense? Early data released by those states and counties show communities of color, including African American, Native American, and Latinos, are dying at disproportionately higher rates compared to whites. The outbreak has put a magnifying glass on the disparity in Indian country. You can't get resources where they're needed if you don't have correct data. The Democrat from New Mexico. Other COVID-19 factors. Rep. Ayanna Pressley, Massachusetts, said, while there have been anecdotal data about the disparity, it is important to have actual racial breakdown at the national level. This is about saving lives, said Pressley, a member of the House Committee on Oversight and Reform. When we have a congressional mandate and they provide us with an insulting cut and paste hyperlink report with antiquated hyperlinks, it's infuriating. Okay, so the CDC officials said earlier some data had not been complete. Some had not been submitted by states. They said Wednesday the agency is leveraging all of our available surveillance system to monitor COVID-19 and protect vulnerable communities. The agency also said it's working to improve that data, including hospitalizations and mortality. But Rep. Karen Bass, chairwoman of the Congressional Black Caucus, said the CDC could demand more reliable information from states in a question of political will, and it is a question of leadership from the top, said Bass, a Democrat from California. So, ladies and gentlemen, the CDC does not have data from all 50 states. Do you hear what I'm saying? They don't have data from all 50 states. So there is no way you can come and tell Black people that we got it the most. So if the CDC don't have information from all states, where the hell is this mainstream media getting it from? Where are they getting it from? Because states report to the CDC. They don't report to the mainstream media. So where is the mainstream media getting this information that we got it disproportionately? And the CDC is telling you, we don't have data from all states. You know what this is? The mainstream media is telling we have it the most because this ain't nothing but white feel-good stuff. That's all it is. It makes them feel a certain way to know that we get it more than anyone else. That's what it's all about. It's not about nothing else. Next time one of these high IQ people come to you and they say, we get it the most, ask them for the data. Say, well, how come y'all say we got it the most and the mainstream media has never presented any nationwide numbers showing that blacks get it the most? How come the CDC don't have all of the information from all 50 states, and all of these organizations are going around and saying we got it the most? And the next time they want to insist we got it the most, make them give you the data. I promise you they won't be able to do it. That person that's telling you we get it the most, they will not be able to prove that to you to save their mama's life. So these people are on some bullshit. They have gone around saying this over and over and over, and we know how reckless the mainstream media is. The mainstream media is responsible for the deaths of people in the Black community. They are responsible for judging us in public when court cases are on Black people. So they have done everything they could to devastate our community. So there's no need in you looking to them to tell you the truth now. Remember, it was the mainstream news that put out locations of where lynchings were going to happen. That's what this news have a reputation of doing. This is their history. So you can't expect them to tell you the truth about the numbers now. And we've been asking for the numbers for 8 weeks. Ain't seen nary number yet. But these folks want to keep this lie going that we get it the most. And I guess they think we are supposed to take that at face value. We ain't taking shit at face value. We want the raw numbers on us having it the most in the country. We want raw numbers. We don't want anything. We don't want your percentages. We don't want your per capita. We don't want all that bullshit. And when we ask you for numbers, don't come back to us with some New York, Detroit, and Chicago, because that's not the whole country. We want all 50 states that show we got it the most. That's the only thing we're going to accept. And how the hell do they sit on TV telling us we got something the most, and the CDC don't even have a complete number from all 50 states broken down by race? This is bullshit. These people are so full of shit. You can't believe nothing from them. Thank you, Jay Cannon, for the super chat. And I'm sorry if anybody else gave, let me see. Phyllis Foster, thank you so much for the super sticker. You know, when I'm on full screen, I just can't see it. It's not that I'm not grateful. I'm always grateful for whatever you guys give me. So take everything they're saying with a grain of salt, ladies and gentlemen. These folks just simply don't like us. And they're going to take every opportunity to take a jab at us and try to hurt us and try to give more negative public perspective about us. But there is no possible way for them to give us numbers or telling us we're disproportionate without complete numbers from all 50 states. And nobody has those numbers. The CDC is telling you all states did not report their numbers. So if all states didn't report their numbers, there's no way this mainstream news got the damn numbers. And you know what? People get their information from social media. They don't rely on this mainstream news. Ain't nobody watching their asses. People are looking at news online more than they're looking at their mainstream relic asses. We don't need anything from them, ladies and gentlemen. We don't. This is why we must do our own research. Without research, I would not have found this information. And this is definitely something mainstream news will never touch. They ain't going to touch something that says CDC don't even have all of the numbers from all 50 states to even put in a report to give to Congress. And you saw how Congress pretty much threw that report back in their face, told them the report was a joke. And where was all the damn information? What the hell is going on? Why didn't you give us all the information broken down by race? Because I'm telling y'all, when all 50 states finally report their numbers, we are not going to be disproportionate. And they know it. They know it. If you remember in the beginning, they said this would impact the elderly. And I'm telling you, when I look at the obituary in my state, that's exactly what I see. The ones that are listed that have died of COVID-19 are elderly, and the vast majority of them are white, which would make sense because they are the biggest in the baby boomer generation. So it would make sense that most of those deaths would be them. And I'll just see our people just kind of sprinkled in there, you know, and you got to really look hard to find us. You know? So this is a joke. So I don't want any of you taking this we get it disproportionately crap anymore. Just blow it off and just understand there is no complete report with all 50 states. So there's no way they can say it is disproportionately among blacks without getting all the numbers. Yeah, that's all it is. It's just they're putting it out in a way that they know their audience is going to feel good about that. It makes them feel good to believe blacks get it the most. That's all. That's all that bullshit is about. These people ain't no goddamn good. You know that? They ain't no damn good at the end of the day. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am not going to hold you up any longer. I just wanted to make sure you got this information. Make sure you share this information, you know, and post it on other parts of the social media out there, just so people know these folks are full of shit. They are full of shit when they try to tell us we got it disproportionate. You know, and when the CDC don't even have all the numbers, so they don't even have their shit together on this to even collect decent numbers. You know, and can we really trust any numbers from this place? They done lied so much all through the centuries. Can we really trust anything from them? Hell no. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out. I hope all of you have the hedge of protection of our Heavenly Father around you at all times. Stay safe. Peace, family.